Okay, so welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this meeting tonight for business with doTERRA Essential Oils. Melina was going to be teaching tonight, but they have been in Kenya on a trip, and I think that they just didn't get back in time to get everything put together. And so she postponed her thing for the 29th of November. If you all could make that, that'd be fantastic. Melina Harrison is our upline. She is a presidential diamond. She is a very, very smart businesswoman and very strategic in her. She is like the best strategizer, I think, in doTERRA, because she just knows how to, she really knows her stuff. So anyways, she will be talking on November 29th, and if you are able to join us that evening, it would be fantastic. But tonight, what I want to do is just encourage you and talk to you about, you know, answer some questions. What does doing business with doTERRA mean? What does it entail? And what can I get from it? Okay. I also want this to be very interactive, so please go ahead and ask questions. Feel free to ask questions and you know, interrupt at any time. But I did upload this pamphlet that I'm going to be going over on the Essentially Life page on Facebook and on the Essentially Life business page. So you are welcome to download that if you like. But for right now, what I want to do is share. I want to share this. Can you all see that on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm sharing the Business Consult natural by naturally. What are they? Live Naturally tools. This is a great. It's livenaturallytools.com. You can go there and order these if you want. You can order their classes. You can, they have tons of information. They have a Facebook page where they have PowerPoints like this PowerPoint I just downloaded from them, and that was free. These, of course, to buy them are not free, but so we're going to be going through this. Now, I want to talk about a pipeline. So this is an adaptation from a person named Robert Kiyosaki. He just said this little story, and I'm going to read it to you, okay? Once upon a time, there was a village that was far away from any water source. That's hard for us to imagine in our lovely, comfortable lifestyle, but there are still many, many places that live very far away from a good water source. So naturally, it was someone's job to walk to the nearest well and haul buckets of water daily. There was no better job security in the whole village. Everybody needed water and was willing to pay, so the demand was high. The man hauling buckets of water seemed to have the perfect job. Or did he? If he needed to make more money for his family, he needed to work more hours. If he or a family member got sick, he could not take time off that he needed. If he didn't work, he didn't get paid. He had job security, yes, but he did not have financial or time freedom. Usually the best solutions come from the hardest problems. The man got creative and decided to change his fate. He hauled buckets daily to pay his bills and provide for the village. In the evening, he made sacrifices and began to dig a pipeline. This process took a few years. It required constant attention, focus, and determined attitude. The reward came the day the man could turn on the spigot and sell buckets of water to everyone in the village. They now had colder, fresher, faster, cheaper water. The man created a constant cash flow that would pay him on holidays and sick days. He created financial freedom and time freedom so that he could pursue his dreams. So can anybody relate to that a little bit? I know I can. I am a former massage therapist, and I was making a pretty good living doing massage therapy. I had a very, very strong and loyal clientele, and I was busy. but the thing is that physically I could only do so much. And, if I wanted more money, I had to put in more massages, but my arms and my hands were beginning to really hurt. If I wanted to go on vacation, I had to just, go without money. If I became sick, I had to cancel all my appointments and lose money. So I know I was in this exact same situation. Can any of you relate to this situation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can. Even if you're working at a job where you get paid and you have some sick days, you only have a certain number of sick days, and you, if you run out of sick days at your work, then you either possibly lose your job or you just go without pay, right? So, what are some other options? Why doesn't everybody build a pipeline? If you think about it, starting a franchise, these are some different options to starting your own pipeline, right? Starting a franchise. Like, let's decide we're going to buy a McDonald's. McDonald's always does well. I don't think there's one McDonald's that has ever failed, right? But the buying into a franchise is huge investment. I would say, they say the average is $250,000. I would bet that it could be even a lot higher. Then you have to hire the employees. You have to have the building. What?
I wanted to tell you that your screen is not changing if you're changing it.
Oh. Thank you for sharing. Oh, there's a chat too. Oh, Tamara's here. Hi. Hi. Okay, now can you see it? New one.
Yes.
All right. Sorry about that. So, starting a franchise can be very expensive. Then you've got to buy the building, hire the employees, tons and tons of startup costs. So let's say you want to start your own business. Like I did. I started my own business as a massage therapist. 8 out of 10 businesses fail in the first 18 months. Mine did not fail, but my body failed. So I couldn't continue to do it. But 8 out of 10 businesses, it's hard. It's hard work starting a small business. And if you're doing a retail type business, you have to wait for the customers to come to you, or you have to go out there and find them. You have to rent your space. You have to do all kinds of stuff. It still is an expensive overhead and not always very successful. So why would we turn to network marketing? Network marketing has gotten a really bad rap. And I have to tell you, I have actually done some other network marketing companies. I have done a couple different ones. And they're very difficult. Some of them have a huge amount of money that you have to make each month. They have a huge amount of product you have to buy each month. They have, they set you in competition with your own people because of the way they've set up the network marketing. The good thing about network marketing is that they have a low startup cost. The product is provided by someplace else. The inventory is held someplace else. And they do all the groundwork and testing and everything. You don't have to be customer service. They have the customer service. It does create a residual income, and it does create time freedom. And so why would we choose network marketing with doTERRA? Because doTERRA is quite an amazing company, and they looked very long and hard at the pyramid type thing and how to set it up to be beneficial to the user, beneficial to the wellness advocate, and beneficial to the company. They focus on wholesale membership versus retail sales. We do not have to carry an inventory. And the average retention of a typical network marketing company is 8% of the people order every 3 months. Okay, that is a very low percentage. The average retention of doTERRA is 65% of the people order every 3 months. 8% in most network marketing compared to 65% in doTERRA. That is amazing. So 85% of wholesale members join just to use the product. We love our people who join just to use the product. I don't want anybody who joins doTERRA and starts using the product and just wants to use a product to ever feel bad, because we love our users tremendously, okay? 15% join for the business opportunity. So even if somebody says, well, the market is saturated, first and foremost, no, the market is not saturated. Secondly, there's still not that many builders out there. And a lot of people are using the essential oils from getting them from Amazon, or getting them from a friend that lives far away, or getting them from somewhere, and they would really benefit from their own membership. So having 85% users and 15% builders, this does create a beautiful retention package, right? So this was going on. So let's look at some of the different ways that you can earn money with doTERRA. So we've got retail sales. How many of you have sold retail stuff to your people?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's going to happen, and that's okay. It's okay to sell retail. It's not going to earn you a great deal of money. It's not going to help that person who you're selling retail to, but some people just want it right now and they don't want it, and whatever. It usually leads to a membership, but it really is not a good way for you to actually earn any amount of money per se. The retail customers can order their products from us, from your website, or if you happen to have it on hand, if you're at a craft fair or something like that, you can sell it. You're going to earn 25%. It's just not a very good long-term strategy. Now, one of the better ways is to start getting some fast starts. Does anybody know what a fast start is? Okay, a fast start is paid on a weekly basis. And so let's say that you enroll somebody. Say that Sally enrolls Jesse, okay? And so Jesse enrolls with a 100 PV kit, okay? You're going to get $20 from doTERRA. You're going to get 20% of that 100 PV from doTERRA. And then let's say next month, Jesse orders another 100 PV. You are going to get another $20 because you are going to get 20% for the first 60 days of anything that person orders. So that's kind of nice, right? Right away, you're going to get 20%. And then, so now let's say that Jesse goes and enrolls Susan. Okay, so Susan enrolls with a 100 PV kit. Now Jesse gets 20% and you get 10%. Right? That's so you're still making some money, and then you get 10% out of everything that Susan purchases in the next 60 days. And you might not even know Susan, right? You might not even know that Jesse enrolled her, and yet you're getting 10% off of everything. And then when Susan enrolls somebody, you get 5%. Okay, do you see how that works? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And it adds fast.
I'm sorry?
It adds up fast.
It does add up fast. Yes, it does. I'm switching the PowerPoint to see this a little more closely. So that's the fast start. You get, you enroll somebody, and for their first 60 days, you get 20%, the person above you gets 10%, and the person above them gets 5%. So this is a good way if you want to really, like, maybe right now Christmas is coming up and you want to earn some money, okay? Have a class. I know that many of you have uplines that are close enough to you or have helped you to do classes before. Set up some classes, teach some people about the oils, and get some enrollments, and then you're going to get some money to help buy you some Christmas stuff, right? So the other way that we can get paid is our power of three. And this is another win-win. I love the power of three because it's just getting people to start ordering the products on a monthly basis. They start earning free product credit. They start using the products more. And if they're using the products more, they are going to get healthier. They're going to start getting happier. They're going to, it's going to be a good thing for them. And they're going to start earning free product credit, and you're going to start earning a power of three bonus. So can you see my mouse moving around here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So up here on the top is you. All right. And now you have enrolled 3 people, or at least there are 3 people on your front line. And these do not have to be your enrollments. Okay. Your upline could have enrolled these people as well. So let's say these 3 people each have 100. Let's say you all have a 150 PV in your LRP. Okay, I'm going to explain. LRP is the Loyalty Rewards Program, and that is the monthly shipment that comes out of your account every month. You can change what comes out. You can change the date that it comes out. So you're never stuck with the exact same thing. You can always change it, and it is completely, absolutely voluntary. You do not have to do it. However, if you do start doing it, you start earning free product credit.
Pam,
yes.
these 3 people, do they have to be advocates or can they just be users?
They can just be users.
Okay.
They just have to have an LRP. Okay.
Okay.
And so just because the whole team volume needs to be 600, with all 4 of these, it has to be 600 PV. So that's why I chose 150. And that's why Melina has set it up that if you're going to be a builder, you really need to have your goal of having your LRP at 150 or more, 150 PV or more every month. Because that way it's going to set you up for getting your power of 3 a lot faster. And if you help your builders to understand that they should have 150 PV in their LRP, then between the 4 of you, you're going to get your $50 power of 3 bonus. You get a $50 check from doTERRA. Okay. Now let's say this person, whoopsie, my screen changed. Let me go back. So let's say this green person here gets 3 people on their front line that are doing their LRPs, and this person starts earning their $50 bonus. And then this orange person does the same thing. They start earning their $50 bonus. And this aqua person here starts earning their $50 bonus. You are now earning $250 every month, okay? And then this is where it really significantly jumps. And it seems like it's forever away and it's going to be impossible to reach, but I'm telling you, it is not impossible to reach, and you can do it. These people are each now getting their $50 power of 3, and so now you get $1,500. Does everybody understand this power of 3? I know that it sort of kind of can be confusing, but basically you just go by layers. If your first layer's just doing, getting the LRPs in, you get 50. If your second layer is getting their LRPs in, you get 250. I did it again. If your third layer is getting their LRPs in, you get 1,500.
So just to clear it up, they then have to become advocates instead of users, right? because you have to build under them.
Well, yeah, in order to build under them, then you have to put somebody, but that doesn't mean that they have to build. Just because they upgrade their account to a wellness advocate, that does not obligate them to have to build. Okay.
Correct.
So you don't want to scare people off. However, they will start earning, they're going to start earning the power of three. Like say this green person up here on the front level was just a user, but but they shared with 3 of their friends. That's it. They just shared with 3 of their friends. And then they didn't do anything more, but their 3 friends shared with 3 friends each. Okay. So now this person is making $250. This top green person is now making $250 a month because of all the work that these people did. And you're making $1,500. So they don't have to necessarily be a builder, but they do have to upgrade their wellness their account to a wellness advocate. Now, the other thing is that in the very beginning, it's hard you just don't have a lot of places to put people. And so you sometimes end up with users or just sharers only on your front line and your second line. That's just the way it is, right? Because you don't have anywhere else to put them.
Right.
You don't want to build them, you don't want to consider them like a very strong leg that you're going to build to silver or gold, because if that person just wants to use and doesn't want to build, you don't want to force them to do it, because that's going to cause all kinds of problems, right? You can get them to this point where they're getting the $250 bonus, but don't build any farther under them unless they decide that they want to do it as a business. Then you go ahead and help them. But does that make sense? That you don't want to like really start building under them a huge degree?
Correct.
Right. Okay. So, how is everybody doing? Are y'all doing okay?
Yes.
I'm not losing anybody terribly? Okay. Because I know that this can sometimes be a little confusing. The other way that we earn money is the unilevel. And this is going to make more sense to you later. But unilevel is a very, very fair business model. Now, I am also a member of Nature Sunshine. I love the company. I love their products. I use their products every month, but I do not build in that Nature Sunshine, because their paradigm thing is completely opposite of what doTERRA is. And most of the people, most of the network marketing are completely opposite. So with us, you make on your first level, on your front line, you're only making 2%. All right. And because doTERRA knows we have a 65% retention rate. So doTERRA knows that whoever you get, they're going to be staying for a long time. And it's going to just naturally, you're going to be building and building. And so on your first level, you're only making 2%. On your second level, you're making 3%. On your third level, you're making 5%. And on your fourth level, 5%. Fifth and sixth level, you're making 6%. And on your seventh level, you're making 7%. So now you're looking at a huge amount of money. Look at this. If you've got, say you've got 3 people on your front line, you're going to make $9. But all the way down here where you've got over 2,000 people, you're going to be making $32,000, because your tree is just naturally going to build, getting wider and wider at the bottom. And so you're going to be making more of a percentage on all of those people, as opposed to a huge percentage on just the few that you have up here. Okay. And then of course you get to your leadership pools. And as soon as you hit Premier, you start getting 1 share, and as silver, you get 1 share of leadership pool. I did not know as a Premier that you got a share. I only thought that as a Premier, you were allowed to get the bonus. If you enrolled somebody, you got $190 bonus, and that's that was the premier and silvers. I know silvers get 1 share, but I'm wondering if this is not correct right here. I don't think premiers get 1 share. I'll have to double check that. But if, as a premier or silver, if you enroll somebody, you will get a $190 bonus. Any of my other builders out there that are now, any of my leaders, if you know about this premier getting 1 share, let me know. 2% for silvers. We get leadership bonus pools of 2%. 1 share is a silver, golds get 5 shares, platinums get 10 shares, and that's what that about leads to. And then as you hit diamond, you start getting the diamond pools, which are a lot more money. Look at it, as you get up to a diamond, you're getting $4,000 is the average share, and you get 1 share. As a blue diamond, you get 2 shares, so you're going to be getting $8,000, right? I mean, it's just incredible the amount of money that you can make, and doTERRA has set it up that way, so that we are going to want to help build the company, right? So here's the really exciting one. I want to show you this, and I want you to start dreaming, all right? Because dreaming is necessary. I have talked oftentimes about a vision board. And if we don't have a vision, the Bible says that people without a vision perish, okay? If you don't have some kind of a goal to start going towards, if you don't have a vision of where you want to be, you're never going to get anywhere, right? You need to have a goal, and it needs to be an attainable goal and a real goal. All right, so I want you to look at this. Can you see this elite, premier, silver, gold, this scale up here? So as an elite, the average monthly income is around $300, okay? Not a huge amount, but certainly helpful, right? So if you only wanted to get to elite and you wanted to just, at that point, you have some people under you and you want to start working with them, you want to keep them educated, because if you don't educate the people you enroll, they will not use the products and they will fall away. And that it will be a waste of time getting them enrolled. You have to continue to talk to them and educate them and help them know how they can use these products to help them. So let's say you get up to Premier, which is the next one. The Premier, you have to have 5,000 total, and you have to have 2 executives under you. So this one has to have 2,000. This one has to have 2,000. You're making around $600 a month. And as a solid Premier, I was making around probably more like $900 a month when I was a solid Premier. Okay, so this is totally doable, and you can do this. Then it doubles again, actually more than doubles. Once you hit silver, you've got 3 executives under you, and you're making around $2,000 a month. Okay, how many of you could really use $2,000 extra a month?
Me.
Yeah.
I think we all can.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, and then the next one, you're at gold, you're making around $4,500 a month. Okay, platinum, you're making around $8,000, almost $9,000 a month. So I want you to look at that, and I want you to tell me what looks good to you. Where would you really like to be at on this page? Where would you like to be?
I would like to be a platinum.
Platinum. That is a great goal. That's a great goal.
I'd like to be a diamond.
Who is that?
That's Catherine Moss.
Catherine, yes, you'd like to be a diamond. Absolutely. $16,000 a month. Imagine what you could do with $16,000 a month. Okay.
Help a lot of people.
That's right. That's right. Who else has a
Why
goal?
stop there?
Huh?
I said, why stop there?
You betcha. Because once you become a diamond, you've got 4 silvers under you. Do you think that those silvers are going to want to stop at silver?
Uh-uh.
No.
No, you don't want to go.
They're going to want to keep climbing. So that's just going to automatically push you up to where you're going to hit the next rank, simply because you've got all those silvers under you and they're going to be growing. So to hit the next rank, they're going to all want to be gold anyways. And all you have to do is find a builder and get another gold. And guess what? You're a blue diamond. And all you're doing is helping people.
Yep.
I mean, that's it. That's all you're doing is helping people get healthy. When I put that meme up there that said, you are the answer to someone's prayer, I am not kidding you. How many of you have firsthand experience where these oils have helped you in some way?
Me.
Me.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
So there's nothing to fear. There is absolutely nothing to fear in sharing these with people, putting them on. I did a booth 2 days ago, Saturday. I'm telling you what, it was one of the best experiences, because I brought my stool along and people would walk by and they have a headache. I'd put them in my stool. I'd do my headache protocol on them. They're sold. And the people walking by see that you're doing this and they're like, can you do something to me? And you do it to them and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that they did this. And they want them. Because for headaches, they didn't have to reach for an aspirin or a Motrin or even, some of the more, because some people, their headaches are really bad and they have to have prescription meds. And that these oils can help take care of those without any medication. So just look at that. Look at that. Honestly, you can do this. Every single one of you can get all the way up to Presidential Diamond. Because all you're doing is helping people get well. That's it. And who doesn't want to do that? I know that every single one of you on this Zoom call right now are wonderfully loving, caring people. And you might not want to have 106,000 a month. 106,000 a month. Okay? But give it away then. Right? If you don't want to have 106, just live on the 6,000 and give away 100,000, right?
Now,
yes.
you can just give me a chunk of that.
But see, darling, I can't get there unless you are getting there too. That's another beauty of doTERRA, is that we are all working together. And what you do helps me, and what I do helps you. At least I hoped. I try to, invest in all of my downline as well. And I try to help you out. I know, that's how our organization is. Melina invests in her downline. Britt invests in her downline. I invest in my downline. Mary invests in her downline. Derek invests in his downline. Stacy invests in her downline, right? That's how it works. And that's how we get better. So if you want to be just a user, that is perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being just a user. If you want to start to support the people that you enroll and just share with some of your friends and family, just enough so that you can get your oils paid for every month, that's wonderful. And that's going to take maybe 5 to 10 hours a week. Most of us spend that much time watching TV, right?
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of us spend more than that amount of time watching TV. And so if you want to bump it up just a little bit more, get up to the level 2 down here on the scale, just with 10 to 20 hours a week. Okay, you can, and that has to be something that you do prioritize. I mean, it does take some work. At this point, you're actually having to focus at it. You're actually having to really help your downline, really maybe teach some classes for them, right? Now, how many of you believe that you are worthy of making $106,000 a month?
Oh yeah.
All right, that's what I like to hear, because you are worthy, and I want to see that for each and every one of you that's on this. But it is going to take some work. And then if you really want to bump it up and you really want to hit this and you need to be making this money sooner than later, you need to put in 20 to 40 hours a week. So some of us have full-time jobs. Some of us have kids. Some of us have grandkids that we have to watch. Some of us have commitments to our church or to our family of different sorts. And it's difficult sometimes to find that 20 to 40 hours. And it would require you to sacrifice. But do you want to make $106,000 a month? And do you think that that's not going to require, just in the beginning, especially, a little bit of sacrifice? It will. It will require stepping outside. You know what the biggest sacrifice is? Stepping outside of your comfort zone and talking to people. And I know that that is hard for a lot of people. Okay. I know that's hard sometimes. I was extremely shy. I was so extremely shy.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I was.
I can talk to everyone. I'm just not good with getting them to order after.
Okay, well that is education. Now, there are a lot of good ways that we can educate our team. How many of you have participated in the oil camps that we do every month?
Yep.
Doing
I
it
have.
this way.
I try and
you're
get
in
people.
Mhm. Yeah, those oil camps are really for the new users, okay, or for people who have been enrolled but haven't really been using them.
Yeah.
You want to get them, if possible, to attend one of those oil camps because they're fun, aren't they? Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Yes. And they're very educational. You learn a lot during those oil camps.
Yes.
So
I just talked to my sister-in-law this morning, and she was telling me, because she got her kitchen remodeled, and she goes, I need to get my oils back out, and I don't know which ones to use for what, and I need to get my thing out, and so the camp would be perfect for her.
yes, it would. And
Yeah.
it's free.
Hi. Yeah, I know.
It's totally free, and they can win prizes. And everybody who attends, it's not you get prize winner 1, 2, and 3. If you put the work in, if you comment, you have to comment on every post, and then do the little challenges that they have. It takes maybe 15 minutes a day, right? Doesn't
Yes.
take that long.
No.
And you can win some really good prizes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tracy won a prize, and I haven't mailed it to you yet, Tracy.
Well, I was going to say you need to make sure everybody knows too. It's 14 days and not just 13, so you don't accidentally. I 13th day post wrong, and I thought that meant it was the last day. So I missed the last day at first, but I caught up.
Yes, you did, and you won a great prize. I just have to mail to you. So it's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
Pam, on this, you were talking about like who couldn't live on 106,000 a month. I like to reverse it around, like, okay, could you live on 200,000 a year?
right.
Okay, and what would you do with $1 million?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, how many lives could you bless?
Mm-hmm.
How many different charities could you donate to?
Absolutely.
I've been talking to my wife, and we've already set up something to do. I mean, I've already made a 2-year plan on one thing that I want to do, and I talked to you the other day about it, Pam. Just different things like that. If you're dreaming, and I heard this years ago, if you're dreaming and not writing those dreams down, then those dreams are just going to be dreams.
That's right.
But if you actually dream it and write it down, then that dream becomes a goal, and then you start putting a time limit on that goal and fulfill that goal. So, and that's what I've been doing. And Tracy and some of those in my downline. I'm sorry I haven't gotten with you. I'm just really getting going and learning more about the doTERRA products and more about the doTERRA business and all that. So I apologize up front for not getting to y'all and saying, hey, how's it going? I'm here for you. Let me know what I can do to help you out. So, these Zoom meetings are great. Sorry I missed the first one too. There was a miscommunication on my end. So, well, I'm here for you like Pam is. Pam, you've been great with getting me going and handing me the stuff that I need to know. And today, just for example, just off that oil camp this morning, it said pull out and put a drop or two in your hand of the On Guard and, smell it. Well, I had it on my hand, but I rub it on my neck, so I keep smelling it. And my boss walked in because I work in the ICU at the VA here in Cheyenne. And somebody goes, oh, somebody's breaking out their essential oils. And I said, yes, ma'am, I got to get some clean air in here. So, it works. And
Yeah.
it brought people up to talk about it. So,
Yes,
Awesome. Good.
that is great. That is great. Because, oh, Shirley, are you talking?
Oh yeah, I was just saying thank you. I like how he said that, every dollar more that you're making is just somebody more you're blessing
Yeah.
as you
Mhm.
grow.
Yeah,
It's just
that's right.
more and more,
Mhm.
definitely.
So the last page on the last page on this PowerPoint is your why, and this is really important. Learning what your why is, because this is going to keep you going through those hard times, and you will have frustrating times. You will have times where you want to quit. You will have times where it seems like you are pulling a huge boulder uphill and nobody's helping you. Okay. I'm sorry to tell you that. I don't want to discourage you, but it will feel like that sometimes. And your why is what is going to get you through those times. Plus your upline. When you are having days like that, you call your upline and you say, I am so frustrated. I feel like I'm pulling a boulder up a hill and I need help. And excuse me, talk to them. So why do you want to start this? This is going to be everybody's going to have a different why. And your why will also change every time you go through that. Your why is going to change every time, because at first it will possibly be because you are, you need the money and you need to get out of your job. And that is a great why. That is an absolutely great why, and don't feel bad because it is based on money, because you are still helping people, regardless of the fact that you want to do this business is because you want to be able to quit your job and have this income. That's okay. But you know what? There are some of you who really, really love your job and you don't want to quit your job, but you want to help people. You really, really want to help people. And that is a great why. That is a great why, and your why will evolve, but you need to go and look at this. And why do you want to build this? I need you to really look at this and write down your why, and write it down so that when you are, put it on your bathroom mirror, on your kitchen refrigerator, so that when you're feeling down, you can look at your why and you can say, this is why I'm going to keep doing this. This is why I need to do this. And then write your dreams down. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That is the absolute truth. That is the absolute truth. And I love vision boards. Okay. I love vision boards. So if you can, like, even if it's in a notebook that you carry with you, or if it's on your bathroom mirror or someplace, get, like, say you want to be able to buy a house, get a picture of a house that you would love to be in and put it on your refrigerator, put it on your mirror, put it someplace where you can look at it and keep that vision in your mind. Maybe you want to get a horse trailer and a couple of horses. Put the trailer that you want, take a picture of it and put it on the thing. Maybe you want to go on vacation. Maybe you want to be able to have time freedom to be able to go on a vacation. Then put the place on the Bahamas or Disneyland or wherever you want to go on vacation. Get that vision in front of you and then write it down. Where do you want to be 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 3 years from now? Where do you want to be? And the mission statement is a great idea. What I like to think of my mission statement as is if somebody, like, say you get on an elevator and somebody is chatting and they're like, so what do you do? I want you to write down like a 3-sentence thing that says what you do. Oh, I have the best job in the world. I work with, work with alternative health and wellness, and I help people to find great healthy ways to, live a healthy lifestyle or get the toxins out of their life, whatever you want to do. Write your mission statement down so that in a 30-second period of time, as you're riding up the elevator, you can pop that little baby out there and tell somebody what you do. And so get that out there, and then write your goals down, and then stick to those goals, and do what you have to do to make those goals happen. Because if you don't have classes, you're not going to grow. If you're not out there meeting people, you're not going to grow. Get out there and do some booths. Talk to people. Join a club of some sort. That just gets you into some networking areas. Helps you to meet people. If one of the biggest things is, well, I don't know anybody. I just don't know anybody. Well, get out there and start knowing people, because people are missing out because you're a wonderful person and you're not out there sharing yourself with the world. So get out there and start sharing yourself, right? Well, how many of us have that excuse that say, well, I just don't know anybody, right? And we have busy lives. We do. We have busy lives. But some high school friends. So you're on Facebook, reconnect with your high school friends. And then eventually you'll be able to tell them what you do. You don't have to hit them right away. Oh, I haven't seen you for 15 years, but can I tell you about essential oils? That's not going to work, right? So reconnect with them, and then eventually it'll come out what you do. I send samples to my high school friends all the time, because they'll go on Facebook. Oh, I've got such a headache. Oh, I can't kick this cold. Oh, I'm so depressed. I'm like, I personal message them and say, can I send you a sample of essential oil just to, see how you like it? And they always say, yes, go ahead. They don't always let me know how how it worked, but that's okay. I'm getting the oils out there, and I keep following up.
I always say I have an oil for that.
That's right. That's right. So get out there and teach some classes. You have to step outside of your comfort zone, and you have to teach classes. You have family and friends from where you used to live. Contact them. Get out there and talk to them. You walking the dog. You're going to meet people. Go to walk the dog and go walk down by the park where parents are sitting with their kids and chat. I mean, don't come across as creepy, but chat. So what questions can I answer? Does anybody have any beliefs that they have had from childhood, well, I just can't talk to people, or I don't deserve to be rich, or does anybody have any kind of things like that? Yeah. Yes. What, you know, the bottom line is that if you don't want to be rich, then give your money away, but don't hide the help from somebody because you don't want to come across as being materialistic. Okay, because first of all, that's just not true. I mean, there's absolutely no reason why you can't be wealthy. But if that is something that really hinders you, just plan on giving a lot of it away. And you'll be a blessing by helping people get their oils, and you'll be a blessing by giving the money away. So there's not a problem with that. I'm not kidding you when I tell you that I was super, super shy. I got over my shyness because my sisters and I started a nonprofit organization where we took physically and mentally handicapped children and adults, and we put them on horses, and we did their therapy on the horse in the arena, right? And I was the PR and marketing person. The first time I had to go on TV, it was live. It was a live noon show, okay? Probably a total of 100 people were watching it. So not a huge thing. But I was petrified. And I went on, another gal was going with me, and she loved the limelight. She absolutely loved the spotlight. So we went on, and I told the host of the show, I said, look, I'm only here to answer the hard questions that she can't answer, but she's doing all the talking, so ask her the questions. And the show started, it's live, remember, and he says, this is Pam and Jackie, and Pam just told me that she's not here to answer any questions, so the first question goes to her. Oh my gosh, I stopped breathing at that moment, and I didn't breathe for the rest of the time. By the end of that 20-minute section, I had such a migraine, I couldn't even hardly think. My head hurt so bad because I was so petrified. However, I had to keep going back onto that television, and that host was a wonderful person, and he really did help me. He turned out to be a good friend of mine, but and then I went on radio shows all the time, and I talked in front of people, I trained people on how to do this stuff. So I was forced, kicking and screaming, outside of my comfort zone. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So you have to get outside of your comfort zone, and you have to start teaching classes. You have to start talking to people, because you're holding back because of your own fears, but you're holding something in your hand that they need.
I have a hard time standing in front of people holding a class, so I try and do more one-on-ones.
That's all right. But eventually you're going, well, is this Teresa?
No, it's Tamara.
Tamara. Oh my
Hi,
gosh.
hon.
You are like the
Seriously.
most beautiful person. She's like drop dead gorgeous, and she's got this very attractive personality, and she's afraid to speak in front of people. But you know what? I'm not going to criticize you for that, because we all have our things that we have to do. But
I'm working on it.
you're working on it, and you're getting out there, and you're doing it. And eventually you'll be teaching classes and doing just fine, but yes. So reason I mentioned Teresa is Teresa's still on here. She goes to do a one-on-one, and she ends up enrolling 4 people.
Oh, wow.
Because all these people showed up, right? So that was awesome. So any questions? Does anybody think that you're not worthy? I'm going to have to come over there and give you a big hug and tell you you are. All right. So anybody have any questions? What, like, practical things? The very first practical thing you have to do is what? Have a class.
Have a class.
Yeah. Right.
Talk to people.
Talk to people. That's right. You need to talk to people. You know, Jordan, you have a lot of parents there. Jordan works in a daycare. She has a lot of parents that she can reach out to. And you've done it. You've done with some, but bring samples to work every single day and send a sample home with a parent. I want you to do that as your goal. Okay, Jordan?
Pam, I just missed like the whole last 10 minutes.
Okay, well, what I'm going to give you as a goal, Jordan, is you have to bring samples to your work every single day. You have to bring one sample to your work every single day. And your goal is to get that sample into a parent's hands. Okay?
I've got one parent that's doing the BOGO for today.
Good. That's fantastic. So, but I want you to make that your goal. Everybody should have at one sample. That should be everybody's goal, as a matter of fact. Have one sample in your pocket, and you cannot go home until you have given that sample to somebody. Okay?
All right.
And of course, you need to have some type of a little sheet that you can write the instructions on how to use that and how they can contact you. Plus, you want to get their information if they're a stranger, right? But have that as a goal, to give a sample away every single day. So what is the one thing that sells these oils?
The oils.
The oils. That's right. That is what sells the oils. So you don't have to be a spectacular salesperson. You don't have to have, be able to talk and be someone that people are just like, wow, that person is so amazing. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just have to give them one of those oils, and the oils are what's going to sell the oils. So
I carry about 32 samples in my purse,
mhm.
and I talk to strangers, and you know that. I strike up a conversation in grocery stores or wherever. And I always have my cards with the information on oil with me, and business cards, and I am ready.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you don't have to be like me and carry 32 samples.
But it doesn't hurt.
I am prepared. Because in one day, I might give away all my lavender, so I have to carry at least 3 or 4 lavender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a good question. What are some of the great oils that you should have as samples? Should you be giving frankincense away as a sample?
Oh, hell.
No. Only the high impact oils.
Right. So what are some high impact oils, and why are they high impact? What's the number one oil? Peppermint. Right?
Peppermint.
Why
lavender.
would you? Yes, lavender. Why would you give peppermint to somebody?
Because you get instant reaction from it. Your body will wake you up.
Yep. Yeah. So if somebody is in line at the grocery store and they're complaining about a knee problem, are you going to give them peppermint?
Sure.
Deep blue.
Deep blue. If you have a deep blue rub packet, they have those little packets that you can get deep blue rub, or if you have a little deep blue sample, I do give that one. That is the most expensive one that I give away. I will give a deep blue. Because
deep blue is instant though, and it really helps, and people fall in love with that.
That's right. That's
right.
I
have the 32-ounce pump. I use it every day before I go to clean a house.
Right. And so you're going to want to have peppermint, because if they're having a hard time breathing, if they're overheated, if they're having one of those hot flashes, if they are congested, any of those things, peppermint's going to help. Lavender will also help with congestion if there are certain reasons why they're congested. If they have a itchy bug bite or something like that, if they're frazzled and they're just so frustrated because everything is going wrong, give them lavender, right?
Also helps with swelling too.
It does. I would choose Aroma Touch for swelling, so that's good to know. Lavender helps with swelling.
With the lymph system.
Yeah.
If you find people that have lymphedema or something like that, you can have them rub it on there to help move the water or the fluid around.
Sure, I'm sure it would. I would never have thought to use lavender. Truly, I would have gone to Aroma Touch for that. But that's a good. That worked for you.
Been using it on my legs, so it works.
Try Aroma Touch too, and tell me which one works better. But that's good to know, everybody. See, lavender, it will even help with that. Isn't that fantastic?
Past tense is another one I take.
Yeah. Oh, so you actually pour it out of the bottle, or do you use a dropper? Probably, huh?
I won't lie. I actually will put it on my finger and put it on somebody's neck for them.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that works. That
Well,
works.
not dirty people, but.
So that's good. Past tense is a very fast acting one. So peppermint, lavender, deep blue, past tense, those are great ones to use as samples. Okay. And they're very multifaceted. They're going to help with so many different things, as we just found out, because lavender helps with swelling. I didn't know that. That's fantastic.
I think Melaleuca is an important one.
Mm-hmm.
What would you give Melaleuca to for someone if you're giving a sample for?
Any kind of skin issues.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Melaleuca will definitely help with that. So those are great ideas. But I'm going to challenge each and every one of you to give a sample away before you can get home. Okay? Every day, give a sample away. That's our new motto. Every day, give a sample away. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. All right. Well, all right. It's been an hour. I've kept you on here an hour. So did this help anybody?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Pam, it just made me miss you more.
Oh, I know. I wish I could go to Minnesota
And Oregon.
and Oregon. I know, right? It's just I need to get all over, and I need to go down to Illinois. I just have to go. I just have to get my personal jet.
You can start an Oregon road trip to Minnesota, then down to Illinois and back around.
Yeah.
Once you hit presidential diamond, you'll be able to do that.
That's right. I will. So,
Your
but
son
by
too.
then you all be presidential diamonds too, and so we can just all go to the Bahamas and meet.
Yeah. But your son misses you more.
I know. I miss him too. Yes. All right. Well, if nobody else has any other questions, I sure appreciate everybody coming on. And do try to get to Molina's on the 29th. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. We'll talk to y'all later. Thank you so much. I love you all so very much.
Thank you so much, Pam.
Thanks, Pam.
Yep. We'll talk to you later.